Happy Thursday, fam bam. Y'all know it's me, Keisha E. That rhymed. I'm here with my all tea, all shade Real Housewives of Miami season 7, episode 5 review. So, on this week's episode, it begins with Alexia talking to this life coach child that she obviously ain't listening to. Make sure y'all check out my Real Housewives of Miami behind the scenes tea video that dropped today. I had some piping hot news on Alexia and Todd, as well as Dr. Nicole. So make sure y'all check that video out. But Alexia has decided that she's going to throw a Greek themed narcissistic party. What that means, I absolutely do not know, but she wants the life coach to come and talk to the women and basically point out who in the group is a narcissist. I hate that people learn the word narcissistic, because everybody and their mama now is a narcissist or is narcissistic because people fail to learn any other buzzwords to describe somebody's personality or behavioral traits. And it's like, Alexia, you're talking about yourself. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, this is so stupid, but whatever. And mind you, the girls don't know that they'll be analyzed. They think that they're coming to discuss Todd, which I would frankly be tired of talking about at this point. And that's so shady. So shady, because I be damned you invite me to a narcissistic party and then have somebody trying to read and tell me if I'm narcissistic or not, and they don't even know me. Girl, we don't get out of here. So then we go over to Lisa and Jody's crib, and they discuss the house that Lenny has to build for her in their divorce agreement, right? And she gets to talking about it, but she don't really know the logistics of everything. But guess who does? Jody does. He knows more about her settlement child than she does. He actually helped come up with the plans for the new house and everything. And Lisa says, I feel like people take advantage of me, and then you came in my life and that stopped. And people don't like that. And of course, when you're in a relationship, you want to have a partner that is going to support you, that's going to protect you, that's going to give you sound advice, that's going to point out your ops. You know what I'm saying? But I think that in this case, I think that he is a little bit too involved in things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know when to hold him and when to fold him. It's good to ask his advice because he is a businessman. There might be things that he knows that you don't know. But at the same time, you got to be a big girl and handle your own business. There's no reason why he should know your divorce settlement better than you do. That's little girl behavior. And you sitting up here talking about people taking advantage of you. You need to think about that in every aspect of your life, because this man could be trying to take advantage of you. We have seen it too many times here with these men creeping their way into these celebrity women's lives and then using them, taking them for everything they got, holding them hostage because of the intel that they have on them. You just got to be super careful with what you got going on, And I'm not saying that Jody is a bad person, because I don't know that man from painting a can. A paint a can, child, a can of paint. But you just got to be careful. You just got to be careful with people nowadays. You just cannot just be so trusting to people. So Stephanie, moonface ass, has Larsa and Kiki come to Shoma Bazaar, which is her baby. It is a 6-zone food hall in Miami. It was gorgeous, beautiful. Next time I go to Miami, I want to go there and see what it's all about. We learned in this scene that she is the president of the Shoma Group, which is her husband's business that he has had since the 80s. They have hotels, they have residential areas, apartments, they have the gamut of things. They got money on, okay? They got money. And we all know that they're in a May-December relationship. Her husband is an older man. She is a younger woman. She obviously is smart, considering the fact that she has become now the president of his, company. She has to be smart. So I'm never going to take that away from her. And, just as much as I get on these men that you got to be careful of, you do have to be careful of women too. Because it's the same situation with Jody and her. You never know if a person trying to get with you for what you got, And it could be the opposite. It could be a situation where she met this older man. She fell in love with him. She has the smarts and the capability to be able to help in his business. And she was able to prove herself. And now that's why she's in the position that she's in, So you just never know. But she goes on to talk about how she was super close to her twin sisters, but things ended badly because, she tried to help them put them on and have them working for the RHOM group, but things didn't work out. It ended very badly between them, and now they haven't really spoken to each other in almost 4 years, which is insanity, especially considering when she talks about how close she is to her parents, so close that her parents went with her on her honeymoon. Wow. Okay. But she goes on to tell them, she was like, I think they don't get along with me because of the way I speak. And we've seen how she talks to people, like what she said to Alexia upon the first time being around her. She's very blunt and very outspoken, and she does need to learn how to watch her mouth. You just can't say whatever you want to anybody, So I don't really know what's going on with her and her sisters, but hopefully maybe one day we can get the sisters on her and get their side of the story, because I'm pretty sure it's way more than that's going on, if you catch my drift. Then they get to talking about the baby shower and her being around the girls, and Stephanie was like, I know who's gonna like me first. I know who's gonna like me for what I have. Like Lisa, because Lisa made that comment about, I like being around people that got yachts and PJs and all of this type of stuff or whatever. That was a very gauche thing to say for Lisa. It's just like, girl, like, stop. You don't say that to nobody. Like, y'all all don't know how to talk to people. Like, all of y'all are freaking weird. But Kiki and Larsa agree that she shouldn't have said that, and that was a weird comment for her to make. Gertie and Alexia link up and have lunch with one another. And Gertie brings up how, she wasn't able to come to the baby shower because she was in New York ringing the bell at the New York Stock Exchange. And she was like, everybody was in the group chat talking about the baby shower, this, that, and the third. But I was also in the baby shower. I mean, in the chat, showing you guys what I was doing, and like, did nobody say congratulations or anything like that? And Alexia makes excuses, as always, sitting up there looking like a dirty mop, a wet, dirty mop. And so they're both talking over each other. And we all know that Gertie talks very fast and very fast paced because she's trying to get everything out right. And Alexia says, when you talk loud, you can turn people off. And Gertie said, you yell all the time. We can't have different rules for different people. And I'm like, exactly. Like, Alexia, you're the last person to talk about anybody's tone of voice. As soon as somebody say something to you, you could care less about where you're at and who you're around. You get to yelling and speaking Espanol and all of this type of stuff. Like, right message, wrong messenger. Like, y'all both get loud. Stop. So then Alexia in her confessional says, this is why people have issues with Gertie. She gets so defensive that you can't tell her anything. I could swear you're talking about yourself. Huh? Girl, what? I don't think it's a situation where you can't tell Gertie when she's wrong, but because in this case, she's 1000% right. Y'all are acting weird towards her. Y'all all acting fake. It's like y'all trying to ice her out for what reason. I don't know why y'all are making her the target this season. I guess it's because Nicole is gone, and now that y'all got Nicole out, now it's time to get Gertie out. I don't know what the hell is going on, but that's exactly what it feels like is happening. And I 1000% believe that Alexia, Marisol, and Larsa got into Julia's ear and started turning her against Gertie. And that's why she came into this season acting so weird and vindictive towards her. I think over the summer, she was telling them things that, was going on between her and Gertie. And they not only sided with her, but was like, she's not your friend. That's not what friends do. And and she fell for the okie doke. And I think that it was the same thing with Adriana. I think that they were feeding the same crap to her about Adriana. And Julia is so dumb and stupid that she fell for it. So Kiki, Larsa, and Kiki's son, Shamar, and his little best friend are out to eat. And I was like, Kiki, you got this cougar, this greyhound around your 19-year-old son. She like him young, child. She wouldn't ever be able to be around mine. No. But I low-key don't think that Kiki got anything to worry about, because as soon as they pan that camera on her son Shamar and his little best friend, I said, well, what is going on here? They were sitting shoulder to shoulder. I was like, you can't scoot over? Like, what is going on? It's enough room. Like, it ain't like y'all had to be squeezed in together. But the best friend was all up on Shamar. And then when Larsa said, you got a girlfriend? The best friend responded before he did, no. And he was like, why you gotta say it like that? And he was like, oh, okay, either that's his boo thing or the best friend likes Shamar. Because that's what it was giving. Did y'all peep game, or was it just me? To all my gay T-Squad members, let me know if I'm correct on what I was seeing. Because, okay. So, Larsa encourages Kiki in this scene to reach out to her father about, being there for Shamar and not coming to him, like, badgering him or being mean, but just, like, as a reminder, hey, don't forget to call Shamar to tell him happy birthday, And he actually ended up doing so, which was really good. But you can tell, like, in her confessional, because they film it after the season has wrapped, that he hasn't been consistent. You can tell. So Gertie and Julia meet up one-on-one to finally have their conversation. Baby, when Gertie walked up in that fishnet outfit, honey, I said, you better work. Cover girl. Work it, girl. Yes. That body, honey. Body, yada, 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 yada. When she walked in, if y'all peeped that white man that was sitting at that table, he was like, yeah. That body is insane. So when she approached the table, did y'all peep Julia like stood up because she thought she was going to get a hug? And Gertie set her butt down like, you thought wrong. So Julia apologized again for throwing the drink. And after she got done with her little apology, because mind you, she had already sent her a text message apologizing. So this is technically her second time apologizing to Gertie for the incident. But you could tell, like, after she got done with her little speech, that she thought Gertie was going to be like, it's okay. Like, I forgive you. And when Gertie didn't give her that energy, she was looking like, it didn't work. No, it didn't. Because I don't know what you was thinking, my girl. So Gertie says to her, I feel backstabbed by you. And Julie was like, well, I shared something very private about my facelift and you shared it with everyone and threw it back in my face. So what kind of friend are you? And Gertie was like, I felt betrayed as well. So my reply was matching what I was getting from you, girlfriend. Because at that point, the way you was coming at me, gloves was off. It wasn't no trying to protect you no more when you wasn't trying to protect me. And the truth hurts. Because what kind of person are you that you so vain thinking about a facelift when your wife is going through chemo? Make it make sense. Girl, bye. So Julie was like, are you even slightly remorseful? And Gertie said, I'm sorry for the words that I used. Do you know how that made me feel when you said in front of everyone that we're not friends? And Julie was like, emotions got over me and I'm sorry for that. And Gertie accepts her apology. And Gertie is steady trying to express herself and how hurt that she's been by Julia's actions. And this weirdo, Thomason, do you like me, Gertie? Like, she literally wanted it to be a situation where she apologized and Gertie was going to forgive her and all is well and we can move forward. No, bitch, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. So Gertie looked at her and was like, we were good friends. And Julie was like, we were. I would like us to move forward. And at this point, Gertie is like shaking her head because she's very arguably in the place where she has a right to still be feeling some type of way. Because, like, you did something so disrespectful to me by standing over me, pointing in my face, and then had the nerve to throw a drink on me. Yeah, it goes beyond just an apology. And so, like Gertie said, it's going to take baby steps. Like, baby steps. Baby, I don't even know about baby steps. It might have to be bird steps or something. Turtle steps. Because I just don't know if I could ever fuck with her again. And let me say this, too, before I move on. Another reason why I do feel like it was Alexia, Larsa, and Marisol that got in Julia's ear is because during this scene, the look on Julia's face was a look of regret. You can tell that what she did and has done has been eating her up. Eating her up. Because she looked like a little kid that broke his mama's vase after she told him time and time again, don't touch it. And she touched it anyway. And now it's broke and you about to get your butt whooped. She literally looked like, oh my God. Like her stomach was in knots. And I really feel like she, at that point, may have realized that she drank the Kool-Aid and let these girls play her. And now she's about to look like a villain in front of America. And that's why she wanted to, I'm sorry, let's be friends again. And it ain't going like that. She knew what was coming for her. She knew exactly what was coming for her. I really honestly believe that she let them girls play her. And now look, dummy. But yeah, I don't think that I could ever really be friends with her again. Because if you that old and gullible, like, I don't want to be around you. I'm good. So at the end of the episode, it's the day of Alexia's Grecian themed narcissistic event. And she has a sprinter waiting for the ladies to bring them to the event space. Everybody's dressed in Grecian attire. Marisol is the first person to get there at 12 o'clock on the dot. After that, the other girls minus Lisa start filing in. All of them get on the sprinter before 12:30, right? So, of course, there were people that were a little late because they got on the bus, like I said, by no later than 12:30. They calling Lisa. Where is she at? She not answering the phone. They know she not answering the phone because she knows that she's late. So Lisa then arrives 2.5 hours late. She doesn't walk her ass on that sprinter van until 2:30. And of course the other ladies are upset, but they're so used to it. Nobody says anything. But Stephanie was like, you got me fucked up. So Stephanie stepped to him and was like, do you think your time is more valuable than ours? Are we supposed to celebrate your interest? Like, you walked on her like, hey, I'm here. Now, I don't know if I still like her or not. I think I like aspects of Stephanie, but I think overall, I'm not going to really care for her, especially considering the fact that she's good friends with Larsa. Don't really know how I feel about that. And she don't know how to talk to people. She don't. But in this case, she's 1000% right for coming at Lisa the way that she did. Because, girl, I don't even understand why they waited on her. She would have got left. television show or not. Either we gonna leave or I'm gonna leave, period. So Lisa was like, I don't even know you that well for you to be speaking to me like that. You're being very rude right now. And Stephanie was like, oh, you want me to say thank you for showing up? I was like, ooh. She got a little mouth on her. She don't seem like she no punk. So Lisa then put her hand up, was like, don't talk to me like that. And then Stephanie put her hand up like, girl, we can match hands if you want to. So after that, Lisa says, I don't know you, but I heard you don't have a lot of friends. And Stephanie says, I don't have a lot of friends because a lot of them are like you, disrespectful, showing up late. And I said, ooh. I also think it's because of your mouth, but okay. So Lisa says, don't ever put your hand in my face. Don't ever talk to me like that. And I was like, well, girl, you put your hand in her face first. Like, stop. So Larsa then jump in and was like, well, Lisa, you were 2 hours late. And Lisa was like, girl, me and you ain't even speaking. We're not even talking. So don't say nothing to me. But it was Lisa in her confessional talking about some sit down, boss baby. I said, oh my God. Not boss baby because she thinks she a boss and she's so little, but she do look like one of them boss babies because Stephanie has a very weird face. Her eyes are very close together. Her face is very, like I said, wide and pie face, and kind of her features are kind of sunken in. She has a very strange face. She's not ugly, but she funny looking. You know what I'm saying? But her calling that lady boss baby, child, I was done. I was done for. This was a good episode. This was a very good episode. I love the fact that Gertie stood on business with Alexia and Julia and didn't let them get away with their nonsense. I think Lisa needs to handle her own business and keep Jody at a distance. I think Stephanie needs to learn how to talk to people. I think that Julia needs to go seek counseling or something, because I just can't vibe with her. And like I said on last week's review, the fact that she adopted 2 black boys and was so quick to treat a black woman the way that she did will never sit right with me. Never, ever, 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 ever. And then somebody brought up too online how Martina back in the day used to come for the Williams sisters all the time. So it's giving me even more should y'all have even been allowed to adopt black kids? Like, and Lisa, you need to learn how to be on time, sis. Like, cause girl, get it together. Please. Get it together. I'm gonna give this week's episode of Miami an A-. It was a good episode. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section what you guys' thoughts were on this week's episode. What are y'all thinking about Stephanie? Y'all let me know. Are we liking her or we don't like her? Let's talk about it. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know my videos drop. I love you, T Squad, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.